What about it, YouTube? All right, I want to talk a little bit about what's the debate going on with schools right now. So, surface level propaganda debate, what's going on with the schools is you have people saying on the left, can't do it, keep them shut down, keep the kids safe, can't have them, can't put people at risk, can't have them bringing germs home to grandma. Okay. And then you have the other side saying we need to get back to normal. These kids need to be out of the house and not be cooped up in some kind of house arrest. We need to get back to normalcy for all kinds of reasons, and just social health and wellness is part of that reason. Let's go back to school. And Trump said that basically the kids are about immune. There's people saying that you have way better chance as a child to get struck by lightning than to catch the virus. And so this is the debate going on. And so there's some people that are for it and some people that are against it. And just like everything else right now, you're supposed to choose one or the other. There's no middle ground, or there's no real discussion or debate. There's just, we have our facts that say that it's dangerous, that we want to listen to, and we have our facts that tell us that it's not dangerous, that we want to listen to. So just like everything else going on, it's false choices for the most part and voter traps. So that's surface level. And then, let's think about this. So they want it shut down, okay? And who's they? Who's the side that wants it shut down? So that's decidedly the left, right? So the left. And has the left influenced the schooling at all? Most, I think, would say yes. Most, I think, would recognize that much of the problem we see today is a generation brought up and sent to colleges that are not much better than an indoctrination camp for communism and anti-American rhetoric. I think that's pretty safe to say. So that's the fruits. The fruits of turning kids communist is what we have today. A bunch of entitled, spoiled people who have been taught to identify as a victim to get attention, and to identify as a victim is really the only way to be safe in today's world, because if you don't identify as a victim, then you must be victimizing people. So there again is the false choice. These kids choose to be a victim. I'm a victim because I'm gay. I'm a victim because you're gay. I'm a victim because, saying that you could be straight but you're all LGBT, or you could be cis and you could be all feminist male, right? You could be a white knight. You could there's all kinds of choices for people to make, but basically they're false choices. And the left has, there's plenty of reasons to complain about the United States, its history, things it's done, positions it's had, things that have taken place, sure, but there's no discussion where there's just, we believe these facts that we were taught in our communist upbringing, that XYZ, slavery, white supremacy, privilege, etc., etc., etc. Okay, so that's what they believe. And then you've got other people who have their beliefs, and there's a wide range, but again, anymore, you're not really allowed to have a wide range of ideas. So you've got to be either keep the kids out of school, or you've got to be, let's get the schools back open and let's get the kids back to school, right? So with that in mind, I was thinking, hey, give them what they want. Okay, don't fight with them anymore. Tell them that they're right, and tell them that you absolutely agree that their lives are way too important to be put at risk, and that it makes much more sense to shut down all public schooling, shut down public Department of Education, send everybody a pink slip. Thanks for your service, and put them on the unemployment rolls. They might want to hurry up and continue on that $600 a week at that point, right? They might not be pushing against the what I hear, the Republicans that are wanting extensions on that, and maybe even doing executive action on it, because the Dems have been. I mean, here we have a chance where you guys have a dog in the fight. You've now lost your job, and you need this public assistance in the form of, and I'm great with that. Stay away from my kid. Stop teaching him to be a communist, and I'm way good with the country giving them $600 a week. That doesn't mean we're giving you $600 a week to go riot. Or at that point, I think maybe you should probably get your room and board paid for in a cell somewhere, in a locked up somewhere. So, give them what they want, shut it all down, and then divert all public education money to charter schools, to private schools, and to individuals who decide that they want to stay home and homeschool their kids. Give them, so if they lost or had to quit a job so that they could stay home with the kids and teach school to them, do homeschooling, then they get money that normally would have been shelled out to the public educator communists. Seems like a good idea. And then that was something I was actually talking with my father about yesterday, and today this is just something. I'll put a link in the description, but this is just something I was watching Fullerton Informer, and he makes a pretty decent case that there's something strange going on, has been something strange going on at some public schools, especially up until recently, where kids were having mysterious problems of even like passing out, paralysis, trouble breathing, headaches, confusion, etc., etc., etc. And nobody can figure out what it is. They run around doing all kinds of tests from the water and in the walls. Is there any mold? Is there any bacteria? Is there any gases leaking? What's going on? Nothing comes up out of anything that they try to do that way. So Fullerton is putting together the idea that microwave energy and basically 5G and other spectrums of Wi-Fi have an effect, a biological effect. He makes a pretty good case for it. I'm not going to say it's true or not. I don't know all of it, but tie that in with the rhetoric with the schools for a second, right quick. So let's say that you yourself, you have some kids or whatever, and you're all like, I want these kids back in school, and I like Trump, and Trump's right. These kids can handle it. Their immune systems are kick-ass. Let's send them back to school. Okay, let's say that happens. So you get them all back in school. Or you get schools opened to a point where it can become this media operation, this psyop I'm getting into. So the kids go back to school. Bam, they turn on the microwave energy that makes them have flu-like symptoms. Wow. Then they all go home with flu-like symptoms. Then, of course, it's going to be blamed on COVID. Then, of course, it's going to be all of the Trumpsters and Trump himself put everyone in danger, and kids died because of their selfishness and their irresponsibility. And so there'll be a big blue wave, and it'll be like the Democrats are the ones who have the right idea on keeping Americans safe, how to do it, and Trump and the right-wingers, the legacy idiots that want to do things the old way, they don't know what they're doing. They're completely discredited at that point. This is all just something to add on to the ideas and the discussion here. I just wanted to throw all that out there. So that's it. God bless.